Hello everybody. Today we talk about the outcome of education. And in the modern era, we know that keeping aside the religious aspect of education, we call it as the school as the temple of education. Because education is the great engine of personal development. It's through education that the daughter of a peasant can become a doctor. The son of a mine worker can become the head of the mine. That a child of farm workers can become the president of a great nation. It's what we make out of what we have, not what we are given. Let's remember, it's what we make out of what we have, not what we are given. That separates one person from another. We always see that all children study in one school, one classroom. When it comes to the question of the outcome of education in the future, you'll find a big difference between them. That's why one sentence I repeated again, that it's what we make out of what we have and not what we are given. Now coming to the very title we talk about, that is the educational outcome. Let us see the three aspects of educational outcome. That is the one which I spoke out in my last session, that is the academic achievement and the personal development, and the third one, the skill and the abilities one has. And here comes, as I always believe, the role of a school. Academic achievement, we know that is the outcome of education. That is the extent to which a student, teacher or institution has achieved the educational goal. And this educational achievement, the teacher has a major role. And we know that here we have measurable outcomes. We have the tools for that. Examination is one tool, assignment is another tool, and of course we talk about teacher observation, we talk about student portfolios, we talk about rubrics, we talk about progress monitoring tools, etc., etc. And this talks about the future, what we can shape up now. And as I said, what's the next part of it? The next part we talk about the personal development. And personal development is a lifelong process. It's a way for people to assess their skills and qualities, consider their aims in life, set goals in order to realize and maximize their potential. Now, what are the parameters of personal development? The attitude, the aptitude, the behavior, the communication skill, logical thinking, the ability, etc., etc. we talk about now. Now, question is of the personality development we talk about. One aspect which we talk about was the thinking skill. What does it mean? See, the five senses the Creator has given to the child. How do we use it? It makes a difference. Does he go for a reasoning? He has opportunities, he has sense, and he sees, he listens to, he is able to taste many things now. Now, how does he reason about the things which is able to see, he listen to? Can one be blind in their thinking, or one should have a kind of reflection? Now, when it comes to the question of reflection, here the role of the teacher. I had one incident where I was talking to the students when they were teaching, and opportunity to observe their lessons. When it comes to the question of they were teaching the earthquake, I would see the peripheral, the learning of the teacher. She spoke about the earthquake. It happens over there, it happens here, it's happened in Indonesia, it happens in Japan, etc. etc. One child got up and asked, Madam, how does this earthquake happens? She was little perplexed. She said, yeah, it happens because of the tectonic plates. So he asked, yeah, tectonic plates is everywhere. Because it's on the earth, all these countries are there. Why it doesn't happen very often in India, it doesn't happen in China to the kind of extent Indonesia has. Why it doesn't have to that extent in America or in UK. And I could find the lack of clarity in the teacher. The question is, I'm sure at the time of learning, she was not given the opportunity to get into the kind of reflection, why it happens. So when we are talking about, of course, the tectonic plates, what has happened below that, below the earth of tectonic plates? There are some big, the kind of activities must have happened over there. That's why there is an impact of tectonic plates. And of course the countries above that region, and that's what we listened to according to my knowledge, the earthquake happens. The question is then, of course, as I said, the kind of reasoning the child is not giving the opportunity now. And the kind of the personal development, the second part we are talking about. Academic achievement, of course, we spoke about. When it comes to the question of the personal development, what all things which immediately comes to our mind? Is it the improvement of self-awareness? Is it the improvement of self-knowledge? It's building or renewing identity or his or her self-esteem. Is it developing strengths or talents? Is it improving wealth, spiritual development, identifying or improving potential? Building employability or human capital? Enhancing lifestyle or the quality of life, improving, fulfilling the aspiration, initiating a life enterprise or personal autonomy, defining and executing personal development. So it comes to even improving the social abilities. So it comes to various aspects of it. And coming to the skill of it, what are the skills which immediately come into our mind? It comes to our mind of the thinking skill, the problem posing and solving skill, communication skill, etc. etc. And I think what all our activities, the future aspects are lying on this. So what we could say is the base is the experiences what is provided in the classroom. Irrespective of the topic, whether we talk about the shape of an object, whether we talk about the growing of a plant, whether we talk about the kind of activities which are happening in the bank, the kind of how does a particular disease occurs, those problems are. If the child is given an opportunity to reason about it, if the child is given an opportunity to collect the data and information, and given an opportunity to analyze it and coming to a solution, I think that's a big lesson the teacher can provide for his entire life. What we are doing is, we are only looking at the examination, we are only looking at the test. in which the child will pass or fail. Hardly we look into, of course there are exceptions, I cannot say that it's a kind of, I cannot make a plain statement over here. It's a kind of the kind of learning which is to be provided there. The overall development of the child has to take place in the classroom. We have to keep us at the examination, we have to keep us at the test, because that's giving only a part of the development of a child. Academic, the so-called academic achievement of the child. What about the personality? He is going to live in an ocean of people. He is a person who has to live not only with the Indians or the people of other countries, where he has to understand the culture, where he has to understand and learn the languages, where he has to mingle with the society. And whatever smaller exercise and experiences we are providing in the classroom, that will make a big difference in shaping his life. And that talks about the future of his life. So in short, what I am talking about is, what's the outcome of education? Is it only focusing on the academic achievement, or it's getting into the personality development of the child, or also shaking up the skills or abilities what is in the child, shaping in such a way that he can become a man of success, so that in life he can stand on his own. In life he can solve problems. In life he can lead the country, or at least lead his own society, or he lead his own family. Thank you very much.